Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the first episode of a new series on this channel where every month I'll be looking at the top posts of RMK and reviewing them. I think it'll be a lot of fun to see what everyone has been posting. I'm expecting to see a lot of memes, build photos, maybe some group buys, and a bunch of other stuff that I could never expect. Because this is going to be a new series, I really want you guys to leave a lot of feedback for me in the comments. Feel free to let me know what you liked, what you didn't like about this format, and anything you want me to change in the future. Okay, and if you haven't subscribed already, remember to do that. And shout out to my Patreon because you guys are awesome. Alright, post number 1 by user AeroMill. I swear realizing this is the worst part of the hobby. Hey Fury, what's that? A pricey keyboard. What do you use it for? Browsing pricier keyboards. Jeez. For real though, like, in this hobby, all you do is... You're never satisfied with the keyboard you want. You always are just looking for the next keyboard. You're always just on Reddit looking for the next group buy, watching more videos, looking at review videos. It just never ends. I love the top comment. I'm in this photo and I don't like it. I must be doing it wrong. I use mine for gaming. It's just like using Internet Explorer for downloading other browsers only. That's so true. Yeah, a bunch of us have problems, don't we? We're all kind of addicted to keyboards. I swear to God, after I got my first ever keyboard, it was just downhill from there. I switched out the switches, I bought some lube to lubricate the switches, I then lubricated the stabilizers, and then I just started buying more and more keyboards, and it was just a big rabbit hole. Alright, a well-deserved top post of the month. Post number 2 from user DB Horizons. I built a sarcasm converter for my keyboard to make it easy to type sarcastically. It's a little video. Hey John, thank you for your feedback in the meeting. Sarcasm switch? It was super insightful, thanks. Dude, that's so funny. Dude, I love that the SpongeBob meme. Those never get old. Let's see if he told us how to actually build this thing. It's plug and play with any computer and keyboard combo. Just plug any keyboard into the side, flip the switch, and let the world know how you feel about things. I use 2 Pi Pico dev boards. One acts as a USB HID keyboard device for the computer, and one acts as a USB host to read the inputs from the physical keyboard. The host then communicates with the device what the keystroke was, and the device decides if it should toggle caps lock. Super interesting, super creative, and just super funny. It's so interesting what you guys are doing down there. Alright, post number 3 by user SC Comics. I made the infamous W keyboard from a while back. Another video for us. This is the W keyboard. Oh, I saw that on Twitter. Oh, he 3D printed it? Alright, let's see. KiCad? I think it's KiCad. Some type of CAD software. 3D printed it. Wow. I can't believe someone made that in real life. It looks super funny. Oh, the end just slamming his hand on it. It looks super funny. The W keyboard. Let me look for the original Twitter post. I'll put that on the screen. I really don't have much to say about that. You know, I was kind of expecting to see more builds on the top of the month, but I guess it makes sense that memes are all at the top. Maybe I'll go ahead and look for a build to show you guys, because I want to do that too. Alright, the top build post of the month by user RikuBS. I think that's how you say that. First keyboard build, I think my snake Patrick likes it. Oh, very nice build. And nice snake to add to it. What kind of keycaps are these? Let's go and check if the poster said all the parts in the comments. Someone asked what it was, and the poster replied, it's a GK64 with Holy Panda switches, and a keycap set that they found scrolling through Amazon. You know what's interesting is that this is actually more of a 60% format for a keyboard, but it still has arrow keys, and that's something you don't really find too often. It's kind of hard to tell what the layout for this keyboard is, because it's like tilted and not top down. But I hope they didn't do that thing where they shift the bottom row like a half a unit or a quarter of a unit. I don't remember what it was. But I hope they didn't do that. Alright, let's see what else was posted this month. From the next post by user Mindhacks. A guide I made on keyboard sizes. This is actually a pretty useful guide. Whenever I'm working on a commission with someone, one of the first questions I ask is what size keyboard they want. Usually I use this guide from Keyboard University, and I don't know if it helps or not. It's kind of a lot to read, you know? I usually like to stick with this Keyboard University flowchart rather than doing a guide like this Reddit post. You know, it's more of a flowchart, so it helps you go through your different options, and it really tells you the pros and cons of the various formats, and it really tailors the experience to you. One thing I would say might be better for this post, not that it's a bad post or anything, but I think what would be more useful is if it actually had the letters on it, because you know, newcomers don't know all the letters of a keyboard, even though that might be silly to say, and it might be important to show them what letters they're getting and what they're not. Especially when it comes to like that 95%, it gets really jumbled. It's not a format you see a lot. The 50%, not a format you see a lot, especially the 40%, you know, people might not even understand what keys go on that because it's so small. So that's just something that might be more useful to beginners. What else we got? From user Consistent Hope. Huge steal at Amazon Return Store. Got all these Holy Pandas for 25 cents? All of them? Like the whole box or per Switch? That's crazy. Do you guys... Okay, this might be a little bit more controversial, but do you guys like the Holy Pandas? I remember around 2 years ago, Holy Pandas were considered the best Switch. And now I think it's more U4T Bobas that everyone's crazy for. I picked up some Holy Pandas during, you know, when it was available on drop. And I liked it. I liked them when I got them. But now that I've been using more and more Switches, I kind of have different preferences for tactility. Yeah, there's always just new Switch options coming out. If you like Holy Pandas, great. If you want something more tactile, less tactile, also great. You want something linear, completely fine. But just for me, because I like that really big bump, Holy Pandas aren't even the most tactile thing anymore. At least in my opinion. You know, a lot of stuff is opinion based when it comes to keyboards, and never attack anyone for their opinions. Always respect everyone else's opinions. It's just not tactile enough for me, for my current tastes. Just remember that everyone has their own preferences. Alright, this is quite a surprising post from user DanTDM2323. Got my first ever mechanical keyboard. I'm going to set it up at my house when I get home. I'm so excited to try it out. With nearly 6,000 upvotes, a Razer Black Widow V3. It's great seeing like how much this community has changed. I know like maybe some people in the comments aren't being so nice, but always be nice to people, alright? People are gonna like different things, and people are gonna start at different phases in this hobby, okay? Do not shame people for whatever keyboard they have. Even if they're using a membrane keyboard and they just like looking at mechanical keyboards, don't be mean to them. I would say the first keyboard that got me into the hobby was the Drop Alt, but the first keyboard that got me into mechanical keyboards in general, that was this Logitech keyboard, and I actually still have it. I could show you guys. Oh my god, it's so dusty. This was my first mechanical keyboard. It's a Logitech G610, cherry red switches, huge. Numpad, never used it. Huge keyboard. Function keys, never used them. Huge keyboard. That's how I started, so don't feel bad or anything starting out, you know. Keyboards like these work, and they're perfectly fine. Everyone has their own preferences. The reason we get custom keyboards is to tailor to our own preferences. Remember that, and not to anyone else's. You know, actually, the reason I bought a new keyboard after this was because I broke a keycap. It was the D key, I found it. I don't know if it's gonna zoom well if I just hold it up to the camera, so I'll put a bigger photo here. You can see that the stem on this keycap is completely cracked. You know, I could have just bought another keycap set, but I got the Drop Alt instead, you know. Because this is going to be a monthly series, I also wanted to show you guys some upcoming group buys that might be ending in the next month. So in the month of February, I'll show you a couple group buys that you guys might be interested in. I pulled 2 keycap sets that I thought you guys might think are pretty cool. GMK Terra Drive. It's another nice minimalist keycap set, pretty cool Japanese lettering. And check it out if you're interested. It ends on the 21st with a base price of $135. And what's great is an unlimited sale type. GMK Liftoff. Pretty nice base keys with great accent colored orange keycaps. And I think you can make a really cool theme build with this. The end date for this is the 25th with a base price of $125. And this one is also unlimited. Now for keyboards. The Vertex Angle keyboard. If you're interested in this keyboard, it costs $439 and the end date for it is going to be on the 28th. And the last keyboard, the Dolores keyboard, this has a ton of colors to it, so you can really customize it to your heart's extent. You can make it look really clean or really colorful. It's all really up to you. This group buy will end on the 1st of March, so you have all of February to pick it up. It's going to cost you a pretty penny at $585. And the sale type for this is first come, first serve for 500 units. So get it quick if you're interested. And with that, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, remember to subscribe somewhere over here and check out one of my other build videos that I'm sure you'll really enjoy. Alright, see you guys in the next one.